question is, are you really woke? Let me see if you agree with some of the things that I'm going to say today. He wants to stay a slave, man. She wants to stay a slave, man. Learn to be your own man. To stand up in your own lane. Why force me to be an African when I tell you my roots are American? The same way you force that religion. You don't go chaos and the fish. This is how you bring the land. You my people. Man. Because through unity we will expand and expose your minds and keep hand. Provide my doctor that said African. You kids moving, y'all kids family. That you ain't speaking, they are talking points. Your house shot and preach, who did anointed? Kill. The question got you stuck on up, live. I read the books like being in a chill. The budget era is really slim. That's why you can't stand out from shell. The royal bloodline. And I ain't finished. Watch this. It was about the land of milk and honey. Needed the resources. That's the legal money. The Mississippi was the trade line. The Canaanites was the first to always take mines. I'm a racist because I love myself. I said, why do people? He's a share the wealth. Cut the check. He wants to stay a slave, man. She wants to stay a slave, man. Learn to be your own man. To stand up in your own man. He wants to stay a slave, man. She wants to stay a slave, man. Learn to be your own man. To stand up in your own man. It takes energy just to really hit it. When you know the truth, then rock the day. The Greenback Party. One thing, the Democrat Party for the KKK. Urban outreers, the rockers are the field boys. They are new complexion. So Lord, we are the true warriors of the Most High. Captivity won't end until you learn to cry. Divide and conquer is in the neutrality. Not the nation is street insanity. Stop allowing other nations to tell your story. Family lineage, do your own inventory. Before we came, we had major cities. Tell me how you gain control over all your cities. Sit home, those committing hell. Tell me who really sit on those committing us. Indigenous talk for the righteous, entertainment, LLC. Are you really woke? Wake up from your slavery. Peace. He wants to stay a slave, man. You're rich. He wants to stay a slave, man. Wake up. Learn to be your own man. Stand up. All right. Peace. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or do I need to switch microphones?
I hear you.
All right. I'm clear.
Yes.
All right. What we're going to do today, we're going to talk about some things that a lot of people runs away from. And what are they running away from? They're running away from the truth. And a lot of times we don't want the truth, so we try to find other avenues around the truth. And that's why we have a lot of issues going on with self. Y'all got to excuse my hair. My afro kind of janked up today. But it's all good. I'm still here. You know, regardless of who comes on and who don't. It's all good with me. You know, let me set my camera like I'm supposed to have it.
It's to do right here. I don't want it to fall over. So we go, a lot of people don't want the truth. They just want things to be sugar coated. And we wonder why our lives are jinked up the way it is. It's because we just want to run all over the place and just do what we want to do, not knowing that death is not too far away. You know, and we just simply feel like we have enough time to do what we feel like we need to do, what we need to do, and how we need to do it. But I want to tell you one thing, and we're gonna go into the fallen angels, or we call the fallen ones. We're gonna get into that in a minute. A lot of us we feel like, well, I have a little bit of time. I could just do this and do that and do that and do this, and everything could be good. But a lot of us don't know where death is. A lot of us, none of us know how we're gonna leave. One minute um, we we here, and the next minute you're gone. Somebody can blow your head off. Somebody can run into you with a car. You can lay on your bed and die. I mean, it's multiple, many ways of how we're gonna leave here. But one thing we know is we're gonna leave. But the whole thing is not to leave being unaware, it's to leave to be aware once when you leave here. You know, you want to make sure that we have things correct and together, so as that when this life on this position that we're in ends, then we need to make sure that we are prepared to elevate, not to elevate. We want to elevate. So people say, well, what are you talking about? I'm talking about things that we should be prepared for and things that we should be aware of. Life ain't nothing but, let me pull that scripture. This is David. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Um, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Let's go to 1 Samuel 20:3. Let's grab that. Let's see what that says. It says, 1 Samuel 20:3, it says, and David sware moreover and said, thy father certainly know that I have found grace in thy eyes. And he said, let not Jonathan know this. He be grieved. Lest he be grieved. But truly as the Creator liveth, and as thy soul liveth, there is but a step. David says, there is but a step between me and death. So death ain't nothing but an arm reach away. It's just whenever it decides to move towards you. And a lot of us, we believe that we have time. If anybody wants to come on the panel, the link is right there in the chat. You could click on and come on up. But now just make note that when you come up, you're gonna have to talk when it's time to talk. But David says death is nothing but an arm reach away. So we really don't have time to make ourselves, not make up, not move towards things that we need to master within self. That's why I say when death comes, you want to increase in death, not decrease. All right. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that, reiterate that, or iterate that to those who don't understand the way death really is. It's just sitting right next to you. It's nothing to be spooked about because it's going to come regardless of when we're ready or not. But it's sitting right there. All right?
I think a lot of times we play Russian roulette with our lives, and I say that because, like you say, we don't know where death is, but we do know that we are going to leave here. That's just, a fact, regardless, whether it's when we're young, old, middle age, or what, and we don't know how. But I think we take that for granted because we just feel like we have time. And you actually don't, because you don't know. And then we spend so much time not living and working in our purpose till it's almost like we're wasting away.
Right. Read Isaiah 59, verse 1 and 2 while you up here.
Okay. Isaiah 59, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Behold, the Creator's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy, that it cannot hear. But your iniquities have separated between you and your Creator, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear.
So if you check out what verse 1 and 2 is saying, the Creator can save you. But the point is, do you want to be saved? And we ain't talking about that church salvation. We talk about salvation. He said, the Bible says the Creator's arms is not shortened that he cannot save. See, he don't have little short midget arms. And it says, neither his ear heavy that he cannot hear. No, the Creator hears your prayer, and the Creator don't hear your prayer. If you are in iniquity and you're sinning, the Creator's not hearing your prayer. It don't matter how much Torah you keep and Shabbats you keep. If you are caught in sin, the Creator is going to ignore you. Period. The Creator's going to ignore you because your vibration don't vibe with the Creator vibration. Your vibration vibes according to this realm.
Meaning we can't go to the Creator any kind of way and
Correct.
expect for him to, how would I say it? Expect for him to acknowledge our plead or acknowledge our prayers, so to speak.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to because give me the scripture where it says that if you are in sin, the Most High, the Creator, ignores your prayers. Your prayers is an abomination to the Creator. Your prayers. It ain't so much that the Creator is, the Creator don't want to listen to that foolishness. And that vibration cannot even come up around the Creator. I mean, we got to really think about what type of mindset we have, thinking that I could just do what the hell I want to do, and the Creator just going to accept everything I do. Look at the mindset that you put in you're putting within yourself to be able to think like that. I could just do whatever I want to do and I'm gonna be accepted. According to who? And that's why it says, verse 2, it says, but your iniquities. Your iniquities. What is an iniquity? An iniquity is a moral or grossly unfair behavior. So I'm doing things grossly. A behavior that's pretty much unfair to you or to anyone else. Something that you purposely do. Something that you purposely choose not to want to do. That's iniquity. You have sin. You have trespasses. And you have iniquities. Those three things. And neither one of them are the same. So the word says, your grossly or your deliberate acts, that things that you knew and you know what you was doing that was wrong, separated you. It put a separation between you and the Creator. It don't have nothing to do with anyone else. It's something you doing that's separating you from the Creator. And a lot of times we want to blame it on everything and other things except you. You have power over you. And a lot of times we choose not to want to accept that power to be able to be responsible for that. And your sins, see, notice what it says, iniquity now is talking about sins. And your sins have hid his face from you that he will not hear. The Creator ain't listening to when you do things that's wrong, purposely. So we got to really pay attention to this. You got the scripture, sis? You have the scripture, sis?
I'm looking. I found something in Hebrew, but I was trying to find something that was in Torah.
Go to Proverbs 28:9.
Proverbs 28:9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
So I just pull that. The Creator don't listen to you when you refuse to hear law. He didn't say. Now notice what it says. Now when it says to hear the law, why that? That's a quick question. Then we're gonna get into the following ones. Why do you think it said hear the law and not do the law?
Because don't you have to hear it before you can actually do something? You have to be aware of it.
You have to be aware of it. Very good. You have to be aware of your sin. So when you hear it, it brings attention to what you need to pay attention to. Go ahead.
No.
So that's why he says those who turn their ear away from hearing the law. Because you heard it and you chose not to acknowledge what you heard.
So it was a deliberate act.
It was a deliberate act. Because watch this. Go to Psalm 66:18. It was a deliberate act. And a lot of times we don't recognize that we become not sinners, but those who the Creator choose to even not acknowledge. Because we heard it and we chose to do something else. Go ahead, what you got?
Psalm 66:18. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Creator will not hear me.
See? And he said, if you what? Disregard. If you cherish iniquity in your heart, that means you love it. You ain't trying to change. You just, whatever, the hell with it. The Creator's not listening to what you say. Go to Proverbs 15:29. The Creator's not listening to nothing that you say. Nothing. It don't matter no more. Yeah,
It says,
Go ahead.
it says the Creator is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous.
See? He's far from the wicked. The Creator don't need you when you're wicked. He needs you when you're listening. So it's that when you hear it, you can make that adjustment. All right?
Con.
Watch this. Go to Proverbs 21:13. See, we have to realize they need you to be wicked, not to be righteous. Proverbs 21:13, what you have?
Whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard.
So there you go. So if I stop a man or a sister from hearing the word, they're crying to learn, they're crying to do, they're crying to hear, but I don't want to, I'm stopping them from learning. The moment I pray, my prayer is not going to be answered. I'm gonna be ignored. The same way you ignore someone from helping them, the same way the Creator is going to ignore you for the Creator's not helping you. You see how that works?
Yes.
So we have to be very careful at how we respond in situations. It don't matter about how much wealth you got or the things you got going on. When you ignore someone because of, for whatever reason, if it's not a righteous reason, and you think because I got money and cars and all this and all that, that I'm being heard, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Let's get a couple of more and then we're going to jump into it. Let's go to Proverbs 15 and 26. Make sure you click the like button. You know, if I got 2 people on this channel, make sure you click the like button. Click the like button. If I got 2 people viewing, 4 people, I should have 4 likes. If I have 10 people view it, it should be 10 likes. That's what helped the algorithm keep this, keep the lessons of what we're doing over here pushing through YouTube streets. All right, what you have?
The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination of the Creator, but the words of the pure are pleasant words.
See, the thoughts of the wicked is an abomination. He didn't say the words, the thoughts. Your thoughts is an abomination. See, this thing goes well beyond your words. That thing go back into your thoughts. What a man thinketh, so is he. It's your thoughts, family. We have to make sure we have to keep pure ways. And that's why it says, but gracious words are pure. Gracious words. Does it talk about, oh, and the Heavenly Father? That ain't gracious words. Gracious words is when you encourage someone. You exalt someone. You help better someone. Those are gracious words. Words are not just words that come from your mouth, but words come from your deeds and your actions as well. And your thoughts. Because I could do something. Somebody can say, man, let me hold a couple of dollars. In your mind, you say, man, what the hell is that's look at your thoughts. Your thoughts are wicked. And you think the Creator gonna bless your actions by what you just thought? If you ain't wanted to help, just keep it. It don't matter. Because for you giving it to me, you're going to still be cursed. Because your actions and your intentions was to never do that anyhow. Let's go to Psalms 145 and 18, and we're going to jump on into it. No, excuse me. Go to Isaiah. I want Isaiah 1 and 15. And then we're going to jump on into it. Isaiah 1 and 15. Isaiah 1 and 15. What you got?
And when ye spread forth your hands,
Uh-huh.
I will hide my eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. I
See,
will not hear. Your hands are full of blood.
I will not hear because your hands is full of blood, family. Your hands are full of blood. Life is on these hands. Your hands supposed to be pure. When you're dealing with people, you don't supposed to have a deception or a wicked mindset. You're supposed to, when you're dealing with people, you're supposed to have an open hand so everybody can see that you're dealing righteously. Your hand don't supposed to be closed. When your hand is closed, that shows that you're deceitful. That's deceitfulness. That's why if you ever get in trouble, the lawyer's supposed to come with his open. He's supposed to come with his hands open. That shows that he's there to help. And it's not just your literal hands. It's your body action. It's your mind. See? I'm getting into the 48 laws of power now. I don't want to go there. But this is what we're supposed to be aware of these things. We don't supposed to just be sitting here, saying, oh, hey, this right here, that right there. No, we're supposed to literally be aware of death right next to you. If I take a step forward, death takes a step forward with me. If I ride in the car, death sits right next to me. Might be in the back seat. If I lay on my bed, death lays right next to me. It moves when you move. You know that song with Ludacris? When I move, then you move. Just like that. When I move, then you move. But that's what happens when you don't recognize and you don't understand life. You don't understand life. All right. So let's get it. Let's any other questions before we move forward? Anybody wants to come on the panel? The link is in the chat. You can click on it and come on up. But make sure when you come on up, we want to make sure that we want you to talk according to the subject. All right. We had open panel last week. I'm gonna have another open panel again sometimes in the future in the Creator's will. But today we're talking about the fallen ones. All right. So, any other questions before we move forward? Any questions in the chat? Any questions up on the board? What you got? All right, cool. No questions. All right. Let's move forward. Let's go to Matthew, the 17th chapter, verse 1 and 2. Matthew, the 17th chapter, verse 1 and 2. Those who coming in, I like to say peace, peace, happy Shabbat Shalom to each one of you. I hope that your day is going peaceful, relaxful, and restful. Make sure when you come in, you hit that like button. Hitting that like button, smashing that like button don't cost you a thing. We're not here to ask you for anything. If you like to donate, the sister put the Cash App down if that's what you choose to want to do. If not, hey, cool. But just make sure when you come in, smash that like button to help the algorithms push up so that we can spread this platform out a little bit further than what we're doing. All right? At least that don't cost you nothing but just a thumb or a finger and smashing that like button. All right. Matthew, the 17th chapter, verse 1 and 2. And I'm going to read it verbatim. It says, and after 6 days, Jesus taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this. Jesus took Peter, James, and John up to a high mountain apart. Do you know what that apart means? What that word apart means? That means those are separate mountains. And this is very key. I want you to pay attention. This is very key. Okay? He took them. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I got to plug up my tablet. All right. See how quick that was? See how quick that was? That took no time. But I want you to pay attention to that. This is a high mountain. This is a high place. A high place. All right? This is a high mountain. What's going on? Why are you on two platforms?
Oh,
Why are you on two platforms? You using two phones? What's going on?
let me fix that.
You a double now? You a double agent? Okay, all praises. I said, we got to watch you. It says, and after the days, Jesus taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bring them into a high place, a high mountain apart. So we see that Jesus taking those three disciples up into a high mountain. And look what verse 2 says. And was transfigured before them. Now, what transfigured means? Anybody? Because I know a lot of people that heard this in church, and a lot of people sat there and probably read it, but didn't pay no attention to it. It says, and was transfigured before them. So you mean to tell me this guy, Jesus, went up into a mountain and transfigured before these three brothers? What's going on? Anybody can tell me what's really going on? Transfigure means to transform into something. Huh? He transformed into something. What did he transform into? Why would he need to transform before these three brothers? Did we ever ask ourselves that question? Or we just simply just read it and say, oh, that's Jesus Christ. He could do whatever. We just take it and say, hey, he can do whatever. He can do whatever. Because he's God. That's what y'all say. But let's read it again. And was transfigured. He was transformed before them. All right? And his face did shine as the sun. Whoa, stop. This is getting too much, family. His face did shine before the sun. I mean, his face did shine as the sun. So they couldn't even look at his face. Why they couldn't look at his face?
It's too bright.
What would cause his face to be bright?
It said the sign is it shine as the sun. So if you try to look up to the sun, you can't look directly into the sun without turning or squinching your eyes or turning your head.
So what was going on right here?
Transforming?
Yeah, he was transforming, but what need for him to transform? What was taking place? See, a lot of us we read these things but don't pay attention to what's being said. What is going on? And his raiment was white as the light. What is his raiment? His raiment is what? His raiment,
Garment.
his garment. So his garment is transforming. His garment is transforming. His face transformed like the sun. And his clothes is white like light. So this dude literally is transforming before these three brothers. I want you to pay attention to that now. And it says, and behold, there appear unto them Moses and Elijah talking with him. I thought Moses and Elijah was dead. Huh? I thought Moses and Elijah was dead.
They are.
So how could this dude talk with them?
Well, he was using a median or something, or he was trying to go between two worlds.
He was trying, this is what you call a portal. This is a portal. Now you saying, well, what are you talking about? I'm going to show you in a minute. Look what verse 4 says. And answered Peter and said unto Jesus, Lord, is it good for us to be here? Well, why would it not be good if this is supposed to be the one who's supposed to come and save you? Why would he ask a question like that? Is it good for us to be here? Why would it not be? Now you don't trust him because why would he say that? Because what that little girl say? I see ghosts. That's what she say. I see ghosts.
He said, I see dead people.
So Peter seeing dead folks, man. People that he knew that lived, now they coming up again. And you ain't talking about somebody who just died. You're talking about somebody who was dead years back, according to this story. And that's why Peter asked the question, is it good for us to be here? Because this is some spooky stuff, man. Give me the law about calling the dead. Give me that law. Give me that law about calling up the dead. Because a lot of us don't even understand. When they showing you who they are, and we refuse to acknowledge who they are, this is the reason why we get trapped. This is the reason why we go through the situations and the things that, and the troubles and problems that we go through and have. It's because we don't even realize that we are dealing with interdimensional beings that do not belong here. I'm going to prove this. That's why Peter asked the question, is it good for us to be here? Because Peter and them ain't never seen people who was dead for thousands of years come back. And this, you telling me this guy can make people appear who was dead? This man can stand on a mountaintop and bring back the dead? Really? He could bring back the dead and talk to them. You mean to tell me that's what he could do? That's what he could do. Watch this. Let's go to 1 Samuel, the 28th chapter. Because let's go to 1 Samuel, the 28th chapter. Remember what we was just talking about. The Creator don't hear your prayers when you're wicked. Your prayers become an abomination. No matter what the stuff you do or whatever, if you're not correcting your sin or iniquity, then you're messed up. You're messed up. Period. 1 Samuel, the 28th chapter. And I'm going to start at verse, we're going to read down. Now Samuel was dead, and all Israel had lamented him and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul had put away those that had what? Familiar spirits and wizards from out of the land. See? Verse 4, and the Philistines gathered themselves together and came to pitch in Shanim. And Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched in Gibeah. And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid and his heart greatly trembled. This dude looking at this military of the Philistines. And now he's troubled. Okay? He's troubled now. Now watch this. Verse 6. And Saul inquired of the Creator. He's praying, family. Saul is praying. And the Creator answered what? Him not. Saul was anointed. That thing like a hat. They sticking up like that. Saul was anointed. Excuse me. You mean to tell me Saul was anointed and he prayed to the Creator and the Creator ignored him? You see? I want you to think about this, family. The Creator, I bet you that'll hold it down. The Creator anointed Saul, but now Saul is praying, and it says, and the Creator heard him not. Neither by dreams. Neither by dreams. Hold on. This thing doing. Neither by dream. What did this thing just do? Yeah, okay. Neither by dreams, nor by Urim. Urim. What is a Urim? U-R-I-M. What is that? What is a Urim? He didn't hear by Urim. A Urim is two objects of a now unknown nature, possibly used for what? Divination, worn on the breastplate of a Jewish high priest. So in other words, he went to try to get the Creator to hear him as if he was sitting in the seat as the high priest to do the things that the high priest does. See? Nor by prophets. So the Creator ignored Saul all the way across the board because Saul was wicked. See? Saul went through all the channels to try to get hold to the Creator because Saul saw death coming. He saw death, family. And once when death has been given orders, death is not going to change. It's mine. Unless the Creator change it. So then what happened? Then Saul said unto his servants, seek me a woman that has a what? Familiar spirit. That means when you have a familiar spirit, that means you are familiar with different dimensions. Go ahead.
So it says that what's it called? A necromancer? One who invokes the dead, ghost spirits of a dead one.
Okay, and where's the law for that?
I was looking for it.
So it says he was looking for that woman, a woman that had a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. See, he's going to ask questions. And his servant said to him, behold, there is a woman that has a familiar spirit at Endor. Did you find it?
No.
Verse 8. And Saul disguised himself. See, when you're doing stuff wicked, you have to change your identity, or you have to try to look different. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When the Creator did not answer Paul on no level, Paul's mind began to change. So now Paul had to move into, you need to mute yourself if you ain't got it. Paul had to move into another reality. This is what Paul did. Saul. I don't care if he's neither one of them. He went into another reality of his mind. He's now not moving forward upward, he's moving forward downward. Because now he's deliberately going against the law. He's seeking his sister out. Then he says, and they came to the woman by night, not by day, but by night, like Nicodemus did. See, I can call this thing out. This dude Nicodemus went to Jesus by night. And he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. In other words, bring this person up who's dead. He's already in the grave. Bring this person up. And the woman said unto him, behold, thou knowest what Saul has done, how he has cut off those that have familiar spirits, and the wizards out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life and caused me to die. In other words, you threw us out, now what you want? What changed your mind to come back this way? And Saul swore to her by the what? Creator. Huh? This man talking to a witch and he's swearing. As the Creator liveth.
I found something.
Okay, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. So in other words, ain't nothing gonna happen to you because I'm gonna put my word on it according to the what? Law. What do the law says? What you found?
Exodus 22 and 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Okay. You don't suffer a witch to live. But there's another law too that talks about necromancers. You don't supposed to fool up with necromancers. Why are we fooling up with necromancers? So this man is putting the Creator's law as if he could change now the Creator law. Think about that. I'm just putting some stuff on the table for you to think about. Then said the woman, whom shall I bring up unto you? Who you want me to, what spirit you want me to call back? And he said, bring me up Samuel.
I found it.
What you got?
Okay. Leviticus 19:31. Do not turn to mediums or necromancers. Do not seek them out, and so make yourselves unclean by them. I am the Most High, your Creator.
So he's telling you not to seek these people out. And in the story, that's what Paul just did. Paul sought out this necromancer witch.
And it's another one too, Leviticus 20:6. Okay, Leviticus 20:6 says, if a person turns to mediums and necromancers, whoring after them, I will set my face against that person, and I will cut him off from among his people.
Read that first line again.
If a person turns to mediums and necromancers, whoring after them, I will set my face against that person and will cut him off from among his people.
Why do you think Saul was killed? And why do you think Saul died? And the Creator did not have mercy on Saul?
Because he went against what he knew that he wasn't supposed to do that, but he did it anyway.
He did it anyhow. What is a necromancer? What is a necromancer? What is a necromancer? Y'all can put it in the chat as well. What is a necromancer?
A necromancer is a person who practices necromancy, a wizard or magician. A person who uses witchcraft or sorcery, especially to reanimate dead people or to foretell the future by communicating with them.
Uh-oh. That's a necromancer, somebody who communicates what now?
They reanimate dead people or to foretell the future by communicating with them.
How do you reanimate dead people? How do you do that? And then talk about tell the future with dead people. So look what the lady said. And the woman saw Samuel. She cried with a loud voice, and the woman spake to Saul, saying, why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. Because why? Saul's spirit went forward up. See, when your spirit goes up, then what could bring your spirit back? You made progress by the life you live. You did not regen or degenerated. You regenerated. So when she went and pulled something backward that went forward, she saw the Creator's judgment. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what showest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. Huh? What gods did she see?
It wouldn't have been angels, would it?
Well, let's see. And he said unto her, What form is he of? Why is he asking her form? Because he was already in the ground. He was already in the ground. And she said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. And he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. Now look what he's doing. Look what he's doing.
He's worshiping the dead.
He's worshiping the dead. Look what he's doing.
Big no. Big no.
And Samuel said to Saul, Why hast thou what? Disquieted me to bring me up. Why did you wake me up, bro?
See, him man was resting in peace, and he had to come and disturb him.
And
Selfish.
Saul answered, go ahead.
I was saying that's just selfish.
Yes, that's selfish. And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and the Creator is departed from me, and answer me no more. Now, if the Creator's not answering him, what makes you think a dead man gonna change the Creator's mind or have a different answer from the Creator?
He probably thought because Samuel was a righteous person that he probably would intercede for him.
Deuteronomy 24:16, what that says. Deuteronomy 24:16 says what?
Let's see. The fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
So every man gonna die for his own sins. So ain't nothing you could do to reverse what's coming your way.
But so not to get off topic, so if the fathers can't atone for their children, and the children is part of the father's seed, then how can the Mashiach or Christ or Jesus atone for our sins if you have somebody who's in your bloodline who can't even atone for your sins? That helps to,
Right.
How is that?
You can't. That's why that story is a deception. And he said, I pray thee. Hold on. I went backwards. And Samuel answered, I am, no, he says, Saul answered, I'm distressed, blah, blah, blah. He says, and the Creator departed from me and answered me no more. Neither by prophet nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. So he's asking the dead man what he shall do. Not a living power, but a dead man. Now, he's asking this. Now, what is a necromancer? Read the definition of a necromancer again.
A person who uses witchcraft or sorcery, especially to reanimate dead people or to foretell the future by communicating with them.
Okay, so you're talking about somebody who's communicating with the dead for the future. Look what Saul just said. I have called thee that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. He's asking Samuel, about something he should do in the future. Now watch this. Then said Samuel, wherefore then doest thou ask of me, seeing the Creator departed from you? And is because your enemy? Now you see that the Creator departed from you, and you call for me to try to overstep or step to the Creator for you?
It said, and it has become thy enemy. So that means that the Most High became Saul's enemy?
Correct. He's using the Philistines. He's using Saul's enemy to come after Saul.
I have found something else too with the necromancer.
Go ahead.
It says, when I looked up the necromancy in the Bible, it says they saw the practice of necromancy as conjuring demons who took the appearance of spirits.
That's what I wanted. Go ahead, I'm listening.
And they were saying that the practice became known explicitly as Maleficium in the Catholic Church. Well, but anyway, but yeah, that's what
they take the appearance of the individual. Those are not the real individuals.
Yeah, that's like shape-shifting.
That's shape-shifting.
Mm.
And Saul thought calling back up Samuel was going to change the effect of the Creator. Now, watch this. And the Creator has done to him as he spake by me, for the Creator has rent the kingdom out of your hand and given it to thy neighbor, even to David. So in other words, no dead man can change the Creator's way or will. Because thou obeyest not the voice of the Creator, nor executed his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Now we're going to talk about Amalek. Who is Amalek? Who is Amalek? Who is Amalek? Let me put that in the chat. Who is Amalek?
It says the son of Elphazah by his concubine Timnah, grandson of Esau, descendant of Amalek.
That's who Amalek is?
I mean, it says dweller in a valley. I don't.
I'm listening.
I have to look a little more. Um,
Amalek is a grandson of Esau. Like you said, his descendants, the Amalekites, or the territories of Amalek, which they inhabited. See, the Amalekites, who is them? Who is the Amalekites? See? Watch this. Go to Exodus 17 and 16. Go to Exodus 17 and 16. See, Saul refused to wipe these people out. Saul refused to wipe these people out.
it says, "For he said, because the Creator have sworn that the Creator will have war with Amalek from generation to generation."
So you're going to be fighting descendants of your brethren from generation to generation. You're going to be fighting descendants from Esau from generation to generation. Okay? That's what you're going to be doing. And he refused to wipe them out. He refused to wipe them out. And now he's thinking that calling up Samuel, the dead, is going to change the outcome of what he got to face. All right? Then it says, he says, because thou obeyest not the voice of the Creator, nor executed his fierce wrath upon the Amalek, therefore has the Most High, or the Creator, done this thing unto you this day. Moreover, the Creator will also deliver Israel with thee into the hands of the Philistines. See, I keep telling y'all, when you do something wrong, other people's going to suffer from it. All right? That's why you have to be careful at the things you claim you wants to be, up there teaching, blah, 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 blah. And if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you could cause havoc amongst others. Now watch this. And tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. The Creator shall deliver the host of Israel into the hands of the Philistines. Then Saul fell astray straightway all along the earth and was sore afraid because the words of Samuel, and there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all the day nor all the night. And the woman came unto Saul and saw that he was sore troubled, and said unto him, behold, thy handmaid had obeyed thy voice, and have put my life in your hands. My hands, and I have put my life in my hands, and have hearkened unto your words, which thou speaketh unto me. Now therefore I pray thee, hearken thou also unto the voice of thy handmaid, set me free, morsel, blah, blah, blah. So what happened to Saul? Saul eventually ended up getting killed, but he sought out those the woman who understood how to bring back the dead. Now let's flip back over to Matthew 17:1. Let's go back to Matthew 17:1. And after 6 days, Jesus taking Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart, and was transfigured. This dude transformed before them. Now, why he didn't just why transforming before them was so secret that the other 9 could not witness this? Why the other 9 could not witness his transformation? And his face shined like the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elijah talking with him. Now, how did Moses and Elijah appear when they were already dead? How?
He used a medium, or he went through a portal.
That's a portal. Necromancers and witches use portals. They use portals to bring back the likeness. That's what they do. They bring back the likeness. Then answered Peter and said unto Jesus, Lord, is it good for us to be here? If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for 3, and one for Moses, one for thee, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. 3 tabernacles, 3 temples, 666. See? Portals. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, This is my dear beloved, this is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. Now, think about that. A voice come from out of the cloud and said, That's his son. Hear him. But in the process, he sit between 2 dead people. Peep the game, family. He sit between 2 dead people. And the creator's telling, he speaks, and supposedly a voice come from out of the clouds saying, That's the son. Hear him. Peep the game. Peep the game. And it says, and when the disciples heard it, they fell on their faces and were sore afraid. They became fearful when they heard that voice. Just those 3. Just those 3 heard the voice and they fell on their face. Watch what happened. And Jesus came and touched them and said, Arise and be not afraid. Now, when he touched them, was he transformed back? And when they had lifted up their eyes and saw no man save Jesus only. So now Moses and Elijah is gone. Where did he go? Where did they go? Are you dealing with a necromancer, a witch, or a warlock? Notice what it says. A voice out of the cloud. A voice out of the cloud. And when they lift up, they didn't see nobody. Moses and Elijah are gone after they heard that voice. And notice what it says. And they came down from the mountain. Jesus charged them, saying, tell the vision to no man. Hold on. Why not tell nobody the vision until the Son of Man be risen again from the dead? Why is it not important for me? Why is it important for me to keep my mouth shut? A voice can go ahead.
Because you have too many questions being asked.
Yeah, you have too many questions being asked. And what else? You're not going to be able to answer those questions because a voice just came from out of the cloud. Let me prove to you that this is not the creator. Let me prove to you that this is not the creator. Let's go to Deuteronomy 10 and 14. Let's go to Deuteronomy 10 and 14. It says, I'm going to start at verse 13. It says to keep the commandments of the Most High, the Creator, and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, the heaven and the heavens of heavens is the Creator, your power. The earth also, with all that therein is. So what is the heaven and what is the heavens of heavens? I'm listening. Because a voice came from the clouds. What is the heaven and what is the heavens of heavens? Huh? What is the verse? It's Deuteronomy 10 and 14. All you gotta do is ask. What is the heavens of heavens?
It's the abode of the stars, the heavens, the sky.
Okay, that's the heavens of heavens.
Well, I mean, it says heaven, heaven, sky, as abode of the stars, as the visible universe, the sky, the atmosphere.
That's the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it says the heavens and the heavens of heavens. You don't see that? Verse 14 said, behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens. So what heavens, what is, first of all, what is the heaven? The first thing is the first heaven is the sky. And what is the heavens of the heavens? Those are different positions that is beyond the rim of view. Even the heaven is the beyond the rim of view. I'm gonna prove my point. Because why it says, look what verse 14 says, and it says, behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the creator, your power. The earth, what? Also. So the earth has nothing to do with the heaven or the heavens of heavens. So you see, we're dealing with different dimensions.
Okay, you said that the heaven of heavens is the different positions dealing with us, or
No. Let's read it again. Behold the heaven.
right? You said
That's
that's I
one.
mean the sky.
That's one. And the heaven of heavens. That's two. The earth also. That's three. You don't see that.
Yeah, I see it, but I was saying when you said the heavens of heavens, you had mentioned something about dealing with either the different positions or
Those are different dimensions.
dimensions. Okay.
Those are different dimensions. See, the first thing we have to remember when we're dealing with the creator, you're dealing with different dimensions. So when you're dealing with different dimensions, you're dealing now with portals. You're dealing with portals. You're dealing with different levels. That's why it says, and a voice came from the what? Cloud. It didn't say the voice came from the heavens of heaven. The heaven of heavens, it came from the cloud. So why would a voice be coming from a cloud? Let's go back to Matthew 17 and 1. Let's read it again. Let's read that again. Matthew 17. Why would a voice be coming from a cloud? Let's go down. Verse 5. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. A bright cloud overshadowed them. See? While he was speaking, a cloud moved. I want y'all to pay attention to this. A cloud moved and overshadowed them. meaning that cloud moved and sat over them. That means that cloud was moving. I hope y'all seeing this. And behold, a voice out of the cloud, not out of the heavens of heaven or heaven of heavens. This voice came from a cloud. So if that's the creator, why would the creator voice be inside of a cloud? Watch this. Show you something else. Let's go to Mark 11. Let's go to Mark 1 and 11. Watch this. I'm going to show you that this is not the creator speaking. See, the question is, are we paying attention to where these voices coming from? Or are we just reading it thinking that, oh, well, that's the creator. No, I just showed you that I just showed you three different levels. The heaven of heavens, and the earth. Those are three different dimensions. Those are three different places. Mark 1 and 11. Look what it says. It says, and there came a voice from heaven saying, thou art my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. Why did not say a voice from the heaven of heavens? Are you dealing with something that has nothing to do with the creator? And you think it does because it used the word heaven? Let's go. Let's grab another scripture. Let's go to 1 Kings 8 and 27. First Kings 8 and 27.
But will the Creator indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain thee. How much less this house that I have built?
So read that one more time.
But will the Creator indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain thee.
So look what he's saying. Is the Most High, is the Creator going to dwell on the earth? But the heaven, nor the heavens of heaven cannot contain the Creator. So the Creator is in neither one of these three things. Why do we say that the Creator is in the heavens? Why do we put a position where the Creator is when Scripture just sat there and told us he's in neither one of them? Because nothing can contain the Creator. So why would his voice come from a cloud? Or why would the Creator voice come from a certain dimension? I want you, like I told y'all, it's how you think. Even when it comes to death, how you think. Read that verse one more time because I want people to really understand that. Chew on this like cold ice, like you chewing on ice.
But will the Creator indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain thee. How much less this house that I have built?
See? Tell me, then I want somebody to explain what can contain the Creator then, and how. Because we give the Creator, what you call it, a place to live. When the Creator created all these things, you're dealing with different dimensions, and you don't even realize those are portals. And those dimensions do not and should have never crossed over with itself, but it have. The Creator controls all these realms. The same way the Creator created fish. Certain fish can go all the way to the bottom of the ocean floor. And there are certain fish that can't even go there. There were certain fish in the water that can swim in the just straight darkness. When you go down there, you can't see unless you got a big old bright light. Some of them fish illuminates itself from the inside, and you'll see them pretty little lights just going past you. And some of those fish that don't have that mechanism can't. Yeah, I see myself now. You have some fish can come on land and breathe oxygen. And you have some fish that can't even come out of water to breathe oxygen. You were created to be on land. And if we go inside the water, you got to have something to breathe the oxygen on this side. If you go up high up into the air like a bird, You got to have something to breathe the oxygen up there. The same way like a bird. Some birds were created to fly, some birds can't fly. Some birds can go so high up in the atmosphere you can barely see them, but they can see you. But you can't go up there unless you got some kind of gear to breathe, of what you breathe down here, which is prana. So if we're dealing with different levels just on this plane, can you imagine what's beyond the rim that you can't see? There are certain fish in the water you will never encounter while you're on this plane. You don't even know it's there. You don't even know that those things exist. But because of the density of how we think, we believe we don't encounter everything. Nothing can contain the Creator. Nothing. Let's grab what? Let's grab a couple of more. Let's go to Psalms 115 and 16. Psalms 115 and 16. We're talking about dimensions. And the Bible tells you don't deal with witches, necromancers. None of that stuff. Because it does not benefit the Creator. Watch what I'm telling you. Psalms 115 and 16. Let me pull up a couple of scriptures. Let me pull up other scriptures. Before you go to Psalms 115, 17, and 18. Hold that one just real quick. Psalms 115, 17, and 18. Because remember, this dude sat between two dead people, and the supposed to be the Creator, spoke from a cloud. What two dead people sitting right there who already done died? And this dude transformed right before people's face. And Peter was spooked and said, should we be here? And if we are, we should build 3 tabernacles. And that's when that cloud came all the way and overshadowed them. And then you heard, this is my dear beloved son, who I'm well pleased with. Hear he and obey him. And they fell down on their face, and he touched them, and they looked up, and the 2 dead men was gone. How convenient. They didn't even get a chance to shake their hand. So now you ask the question, what the hell is going on? And then as you're coming down the mountain, you was told to what? You were told to keep a secret. That sounds like a secret society, don't it? Keep a secret. Don't tell nobody until I am raised from the dead. Hell, you just saw the 2 people raised from the dead. I just raised them and showed you. So I'm going to raise from the dead too. What are you dealing with? What are you dealing with? Tell me what you're dealing with. What are you dealing with? You got it, sis? You got it? I kind of hit you back here on my back.
Yeah, you said Psalms 115, 17, and 18, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The dead praise not the Creator, neither any that go down into silence. But we will bless the Creator from this time forth and forevermore. Praise the Creator.
So who can only praise the Creator?
The living.
The living. So how did Jesus show 2 dead people? I see dead people.
Mm-mm.
Let's grab one more. Go to Isaiah 38 and 18 through 20. I mean, because he showed them Elijah and Moses, 2 people that was already dead. And then a cloud over when Peter said, oh, we should build 3 tabernacles. But then a cloud came over, just happened to just come over, moved from the left to the right, all the way sat in the middle. And that's when they heard the voice, this is my dear beloved son. So was Peter and them really on that mountain, or were they transformed into another portal? Because the dead can't praise the Creator. That's why when a witch went back and pulled Saul back up, no, Samuel, excuse me. Samuel could not change the outcome because he's dead. Samuel was just repeating the judgment, but he can't praise the Creator because he's dead. That's why Elijah and Moses did not say one word, because they were dead. They reached back into the portal of death and brought back the likeness. What you got, sis?
Verse 18. For the grave cannot praise thee, death cannot celebrate thee. They that go down into the pit cannot hope for thy truth. The living, he shall praise thee, as I do this day. The Father to the children shall make known thy truth. The Creator was ready to save me. Therefore, we will sing my songs to the stringed instruments all the days of our life in the house of the Creator.
Only the living can do it, not the dead. So why did Jesus need to bring up Elijah and Moses? What was that for? What was that for? I'm telling you, you're dealing with portals. I'm not going to be able to get through this whole thing. I'm just laying the groundwork, because next week it's going to be on and popping in the Creator's will with these portals. Let's get back to a couple of more scriptures. Let's hop back over to Psalms 115 and 16. Watch this. I want y'all to pay attention to this, because this is a telltale to let you know that there are different dimensions right around you, and you don't even know it. What you got, sis? Psalms 115 and 6, verse 16.
The heaven, even the heavens, are the Creator's, but the earth hath he given to the children of men.
What is that? Somebody's explain that. What is the children of men? How? What's verse 16? What is that talking about? Psalms 115, verse 16. Explain that one.
What's it saying that everything from the heavens is the Most High's? I mean, it's the Creator's. It's that's His domain. The heaven, even the heavens, and nobody else's. But it says, "But the earth has he given to the children of men." So that means that the earth is supposed to be protected by the children of the creators, right?
It says even the heavens are the creators, but the earth has he given to the children of men. So he's saying what? What is he saying? So the creator, the heavens is the creators. He's showing you separation. The creator is showing you separation in the dimensions. Because, watch this. Let's go back up. Let's go back up. Go to Deuteronomy 10 and 14. And then let's read, then go back to Psalms 115, verse 16. And I want you to tell me the difference. Tell me what's the difference.
Deuteronomy 10 and 14. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the creators. The earth also with all that therein is.
So what is he saying in that verse?
Saying that the heaven is the creators.
It says the heaven and the heavens of heavens is the creator, the earth also with all that therein is. So everything in the earth, including the earth, is the same like the heavens and the heavens of heavens. All of it belongs to the creator. Do you see that?
Yes.
And that's why Psalms 115 verse 16 says what? The heavens, even the heavens, are the creator, but the earth has he given to the children of men. What is the difference between what we just read in Psalms compared to Deuteronomy? The difference is he gave dominion to man. But the heavens and the heavens of heavens, he did not give no one dimensions over that. Who don't understand? He did not give dimension. He did not give dimension. But those ones that's over that portal, those beings in those portals, they don't have dominion over those realms. Like you supposed to have over the earth. Who don't understand that? Who don't understand that? Who do not understand that? They don't have dominion over their realm like you have over yours. That's the difference. That is the difference, family. Let's grab a couple of more. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, the 16th chapter, verse 18. The book of Sirach, or the Ecclesiasticus, chapter 16, verse 18. See, we just look at one dimension, saying this is just one dimension, but the Bible always gave you, and showed you the different dimensions. You have it, sis? Oh, I can read it.
I'm getting it. I get the next one.
Okay, Ecclesiasticus. The next one is Psalm 68:33. Psalm 68:33. Ecclesiasticus 16, verse 18. Behold, the heaven and the heavens of heaven. Excuse me. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens, meaning those are many dimensions. The deep, that's the sea, where I was trying to tell y'all. There's different amphibians, what we call amphibians, that goes all the way to the bottom. Some can't. That's the deep, the ocean. And the earth. See? And all that therein is. Because there are different types of men on this earth. Shall be moved when he shall visit. See? He's giving you the different dimensions of the realms that is created. So the question now becomes, when Jesus showed them dead people, were they still in this realm? Or have they transformed as well? When that witch called back up Samuel, was Saul still in this realm? Or did he transform as well?
They were already transformed.
Why you say that?
Because when Samuel asked him, why did they wake, just pretty much disturbed him. So he wasn't no longer here. Same thing with Moses and Elisha.
That is correct. They was no longer here. So that's why the Bible tells you to don't deal with those type people. because it moves your mind away from this realm that you're supposed to be in while you're living. Okay? What's the next one? You got the next one?
You said Psalm 68.
Psalm 68, verse 33.
To him that rideth upon the heaven of heavens, which were of old, lo, he doeth send out his voice, and that a mighty voice.
Notice it says a mighty voice. What does mighty voice mean? He sends out his voice, lo, that a mighty voice. What is that mighty voice?
Mighty means strength, loud, power, boldness.
So when the creator speak, everyone hears it. It's bold. But let me show you, he speak with a mighty voice. But now let me show you, that was not the creator when Jesus was baptized. Let's go. Let's grab that one real quick. Watch this. Let's go to Matthew 3:16 and 17. Matthew, the 3rd chapter, verse 16 and 17. I'm just showing you the difference between the separations of the realms. And then on next week, we'll pull out the falling. I'm going to show a video in a second.
And Jesus, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water, and lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of the Creator descending like a dove, and the lightning upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased.
Go ahead, keep going.
That's it. 16 and
Now,
17.
yeah. Now, why nobody else heard it? Nobody else heard that voice but him. Not even John heard the voice. Because you're dealing with the realm that you don't belong to. That person does not belong in this realm. That's why nobody else heard the voice. So let me do this real quick. I'm gonna show a video. Next week, you hear me now? Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I switch mics. Next week, I shall have everything coming through the tablet, the laptop, but this week I have to do what I do. Try to do it like this. Oh boy. Do it like this. I might have to do it like this. Do it like this, yeah. All right. Y'all see that?
Barely.
You can barely see it. How about
Yeah.
now? Well, okay. How about now?
All
Just give me
right.
one. Just give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all see that?
It's not very clear.
Hold on, I'm gonna make adjustments. Just let me know. All right. Hold on, like this. Hold on for a minute. How about now? Is it clear?
No, don't do that. You need to move that back.
How about right here?
That's fine.
I mean, can you see it or you can't?
Yeah, I mean, I can see, but I can see everything else in the back. You need to bring it closer.
Okay, how about that?
Yeah.
Now you don't sound convincing. How about that?
I mean, I see the screen.
But you don't see the picture.
The picture looks kind of, I don't know. I think you need to just bring it up a little towards you. No, the top part is too far back. Okay, we can see how it does. I mean, I see a picture. I just don't know what it is. It's like a person. You know. Hello?
Yeah, just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm trying to make adjustments. Oh, let me just go ahead. I'll just make adjustments as we go. Oh, let me just go ahead. I'll just make adjustments as we go. This is before we go forward, this is fair use, fair use. This is before we go forward, this is fair use, fair use. So we're doing it with the Copyright Act of 1970. This is for criticism purpose only teaching. This is not our material. So hold on, let me close this down. All right. So fair use, fair use. This is this video. No. I'm gonna kind of condense it a little bit so you can see the video. The video is called Interdimensional Portal on Israel, Mount Hermon was used by the Nephilims. That's the name of the video. Interdimensional Portal on Israel, Mount Hermon, was used by the Nephilims. So I'm gonna bring it back up. And let's ride. And after the video, we're gonna close out. Can y'all hear?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me start back over. Yeah, then you can. All right. Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about the video. 'Cause, you know. You can go watch the video. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Y'all can go watch it. You know, he's trying to do a lot and they ain't got no help. So it is what it is. So any questions before I close out? Because I ain't about to go through all that. Any questions?
No.
Yeah, because there's a lot. Trying to get this and move that and move. I ain't doing all that. No. Well, so there, man, this thing right here. Okay. Get back. Here we go. Really? All right, here we go. Trying to get trying to get things together so we can grow, have things moving the way it needs to be moved. But if nobody ain't trying to do nothing, ain't trying to help, so I do what I do. Hopefully, y'all see that?
Yeah. See it.
Disclosure, we are with Ricardo Gonzalez, Peruvian author and researcher who has experienced multiple direct contacts.
All right, hold on. Let me do it like that then. Give me 1 second. Let me find my other little speaker. Hold on.
Today on Cosmic Disclosure, we are with Ricardo Gonzalez, Peruvian author and researcher who has experienced multiple direct contacts with an extraterrestrial species called the Apunians. Today, we are talking about the contact portal on Mount Hermon. Ricardo, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yes, I've had the opportunity.
Now I'm not going to show the whole video because you get strike for that, but I'm gonna kind of skip through and just check it. I ain't gonna. You're a hater. Hater voices. I ain't gonna show the whole video, but just check them out.
To go to Israel more than once. It's a fascinating place.
On one occasion, I had the chance to visit the sacred mountain of Israel, Mount Hermon. It's more like a chain of mountains beyond Israel, which also includes Lebanon and Syria. It's a very dangerous place with significant military presence because it is a tribe border area.
Now I want y'all to pay. I hope y'all heard that. That portal that he's talking about is over there. It's not over here. It is over there. So that means what? What does that mean? That means that's the reason why the Creator gave two separate hemispheres. Okay? Two separate hemispheres. Check it out.
The Israeli military actually has a base at the summit of Mount Hermon. But according to information I have, the military there is not just protecting this tribe border, but also some type of singularity or phenomenon, a portal that can be found on Mount Hermon at another time.
So he's telling you that that portal, Mount Hermon portal, that we were just reading about Jesus is over there. That's what they're protecting. Okay? They're protecting that portal that's over there. That's one of the portals. Let's keep going.
Is there an entry point there that also goes through the three countries that you're aware of?
The whole area of Mount Hermon mountain chain is special, but the main singularity is found in Israeli territory. It's a time portal that connects to different times of the earth and that connects to other realities far beyond our world. For this reason, that place was chosen in the past to be at the center of several historic events, including one of extraterrestrial origin.
Tell us about that.
So see, they telling you that extraterrestrial activities is going on over there. See, they telling you that these portals actually is open. I mean, these things exist, but a lot of times we don't look at it as that, and why these people have strong military presence. Okay, we got about 2 more minutes and we're gonna close out, but check it out.
A long time ago, thousands of our years, a mission of extraterrestrials was sent to Earth. These beings looked human, with human-like appearance, like us. These beings are known in experience contact as guardians or watchers. These guardians or watchers' purpose was just that, to observe and watch over humans in that Middle East region.
Notice it said in that Middle East region. Because when you're talking about the heavens of heavens, and the earth, you're talking about different dimensions, and those beings only were supposed to be in certain areas, not all over the place, because man was given the earth, and the earth is just simply showing you the position that you were given in, that you were given as an individual that was created to be in this position. But their job was to make sure that everything that they were given was supposed to stay within the realm of the Creator. That's why things never supposed to mix. See, this is where Genesis, the 6th chapter, or where we're going to pick up next week at. Genesis, the 6th chapter. This is going to be part 2 next week. But let's keep going.
But these beings made a mistake. Even though they were very developed extraterrestrials and had a very specific role, they found themselves involved with an external influence, an unknown influence that upset them and caused them to make mistakes. These beings chose to land in what is now known as Mount Hermon.
See, and notice what he said. They look just like you. They look just like you. So what does that mean when they look just like you?
That means that they can kind of coexist in your world.
That's right.
That's right.
They can
They can
coexist
coexist.
in your world. Let's keep going.
Of our world. Because of this mistake that they made, they were relieved of their duties, and the giant children were gathered together and taken to lands far from where human beings lived. Because
Did you hear that? They were taken to lands far away from where man lived. Because they weren't supposed to be up among us. And we didn't supposed to allow them to be amongst, we didn't supposed to be amongst them.
the giants should not mix with the human process, because they were children of extraterrestrials. But some of these giants wanted to live with humans, because they were also human, because their mothers were human. But the alliance that was monitoring planet Earth isolated them and gathered them in an archipelago of islands in the Atlantic Ocean, isolated from the rest of the cultures of the world.
Where did he say? The Atlantic Ocean. That's Atlantis. He's giving you the history of Atlantis. Atlantis got sunk. Let's keep going. We about done.
At some point, these giants began to leave their confinement and tried to mingle with humanity again. That race of giants is extinct now. They disappeared. Humans hunted them down and Mount Hermon, because in fact, the scriptures mention that Jesus was with his disciples by Caesarea Philippi. According to ancient scriptures like the Bible, Jesus was around Mount Hermon before going up to the Mount of Transfiguration. The Mount of Transfiguration is Mount Hermon. Jesus went up it.
Nah, stop. He said the Mount of Transfiguration is Mount Hermon. We just read that, Matthew 17, 1 and 2. So if the Mount of Transfiguration is Mount Hermon, so he's admitting that Mount Hermon, and he said at the beginning, Mount Hermon is a portal. So if Mount Hermon is a portal, now the question now becomes, how did Jesus allow Moses and Elijah to appear? Watch what he say.
In the company of some of his disciples, and on the mountain height, two figures appeared. One of them was Elijah, and the other was Moses, two individuals who had already had contact experiences in the past, who had had their encounters with the chariots of fire of the angels. In fact, some of his disciples wanted to erect 3 tents for Jesus and his invisible or bright companions. Peter, the disciple, was completely shocked seeing Jesus walking with these luminous beings.
Notice it say a luminous beings. So that's saying what? That really wasn't Moses and Elijah. Those were shapeshifters.
Wow.
That's why they didn't say anything. Because what could a dead say when they're dead?
Nothing. So well, okay, so how come Samuel was talking? Or was he really talking?
Samuel was only repeating what was said to Saul before he died.
Okay, so it wasn't nothing new.
No, Samuel already repeated death to Saul before he had passed away.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Why did all of this happen there? Because it's a time portal, and important people from other times met with Jesus then. After this ascension to Mount Hermon is when the final and fundamental part of Jesus' mission began. Jesus went to Mount Hermon because he was looking for water. The water there on Mount Hermon is very special for these dimensional portals.
Now I want to bring that to your attention. He said he was looking for water. Now, if anybody can remember when there was a movie called The Visitors, when those people came from another dimension, the thing was that they were looking for was water. They came to drain the water from off the earth because they needed water in their dimension. So the story of what he's saying lines up to what they're literally telling you on TV. If you remember the Avatar, the movie The Avatar, with the Avatar, even the cartoon, The Last Airbender, what was he fighting? He was fighting dimensions from other dimensions. Even when it got to Korra, that cartoon, she was trying to close portals. How about the Avatar, the blue people? What happened with that? The blue people, you had people that came from another dimension into their dimension trying to take over and get things to sell it and get it and take it back to their dimension to sell it. Everything is about crossing over.
We can't forget that Jesus began his public ministry at the Jordan River, where he was baptized by John the Baptist. The Jordan River originates at Mount Hermon. Jesus, after being baptized, goes to the source. So on Mount Hermon is where Jesus had that contact, and with that contact, he attempted to seal the mistake of the 200 angels from the past.
Now, why did he have to seal the mistake of the 200 angels of the past if he wasn't one of those angels? He's telling you he's one of those angels. See, he said, oh, he came to seal it. Seal what? How did he seal the portal? We about done. Here we go.
We're talking about 200 extraterrestrial beings made a mistake on that mountain. The giants were born, and thousands of years later, Jesus was going to that same mountain to close something that had been opened. Now there, we find one of the most dangerous military places in the world. This is obviously not a coincidence, but I do insist on something. The legacy of the Brotherhood of the Six Fingers that comes from this lineage of giants is still alive today in shamanic circles.
Now, he said about 6 fingers. We're going to stop it right here, and we're going to read one more scripture just to prove what he's saying is correct about the 6 fingers. Let's go to, we're going to end it right here, and we're going to pick it back up next week. Let's go to, first, let's go to 2 Samuel 21, chapter 21, verse 20 and 21. And we're going to end it right here. That's 2 Samuel chapter 20, chapter 21, verse 20 and 21. And I'm gonna play that one more time, real quick. Just give me a second.
Originates at Mount Hermon.
Jesus, after being baptized, goes to the source. So on Mount Hermon is where Jesus had that contact. And with that contact, he attempted to seal the mistake of the 200 angels from the past. We're talking about 200 extraterrestrial beings made a mistake on that mountain. The giants were born. And thousands of years later, Jesus was going to that same mountain to close something that had been opened. Now there, we find one of the most dangerous military places in the world. This is obviously not a coincidence, but I do insist on something. The legacy of the Brotherhood of the Six Fingers that comes from this lineage of giants is still alive today in shamanic circles. And it is one of the biggest, deepest secrets of the dimensional portals.
So he's saying people that have 6 fingers and 6 toes is one of the deepest secrets that it was. And I know a lot of people that have seen somebody with 6 fingers, 11 fingers, 12 fingers. That's the offspring. That's part of that DNA. This is what it says right here. You want to read that, sis, or you want me to read it?
I got it. It says, and there was yet a battle in Gath, where was a man of great stature that had on every hand 6 fingers and on every foot 6 toes, 24 in number. And he also was born to the giant. And when he defied Israel, Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the brother of David, slew him.
So he was born of the giant. So where did the giant come from? This way we're gonna end it right here. And we're gonna pick it up next week. Where did the giants come from? Where did they come from? How did they get here? Where did they come from and how did they get here? Because you believe that it's only one position here. And you believe that the heavens is where the creator at. They tell me who's in the heavens of heavens. Who's in the deep? We know who's on the earth. We deal with different dimensions around us and don't even know it. Because we are so wrapped up inside of what? Our own belief. Any questions before I close out?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. May the Creator continue to bless, elevate, and protect. And may He watch over and continue to give us and open up the mind and the eyesight of us, whereas that we will be able to see the things that we need to see, so as that we can begin to move forward, irregardless of who come and who don't come. So we thank the Creator and everything that He have created and the will of the Creator. We thank Him. Selah. Selah.
Selah. Selah.
Yes, I got it.
You're talking in the wrong frequency. You're moving in the wrong frequency. You're thinking in the wrong frequency. Understand why you're now in slavery. Your feelings in the wrong frequency. You're producing in the wrong frequency. You're listening in the wrong frequency. Understand why you're now in slavery. They broke your antennas to be in tune to their channels, to destroy your whole bloodline and destroy your family annals. The vibration is 440 megahertz. That's straight from the underworld. Below the firmament, they have you to flirt. The life is now in the twirl. You were operating in the realm of telepathic. Now you are following their science and magic. Your life is full of chaos and havoc. Now your thinking and lifestyle is barbaric. You're talking in the wrong frequency. You're moving in the wrong frequency. You're thinking in the wrong frequency. Understand why you're now in slavery. Your feelings is in the wrong frequency. You're producing in the wrong frequency. You're listening in the wrong frequency. Understand why you're... Their grid is synthetic, which trapped you in space and time. Their fall was prophetic. History will repeat itself, rewind. They prayed to the higher consciousness of self, which created the realm of duality. The Star of David is the energy of self. They have you moving in the wrong reality. Now you bow to a solar cross. You think you the one build the pyramids. Now you gather in temples and mosques. Now your spirit is now just get to the clues.